It's all about succession. It says, if president reveals what caused fallout with his deputy, he could swing large part of Mount Kenya to shift alliances, especially if he signals revival of his party. Tomorrow's meeting is critical, coming just days before Jubilee and ODM delegates conferences expected to endorse Raila for State House. If president reveals what caused fallout with his deputy. And it's very interesting that you can actually read also on the sidebar there, Livondo claiming that he has given evidence to DC, and we know this, what stripped off from his tongue from Moses Kuria's homecoming ceremony in Thika, right? Politicians maintains comments on attempts on president's life were correct. Says he has given investigators names of people involved in the plot. And we know the president has been very categorical that yes, I have been focusing on my legacy and of course the projects. Right now, it is bare knuckle. We're going, you know, to the hardcore politics as it were. So what pronouncement is the president bound to be, you know, revealing that has brought this fissure and driven a wedge between him and the deputy president? And we have here also Amos Kimunya, the majority leader, if we have it back please, saying Ruto defied his boss on premature campaigns and he will pay clearly for this after Uhuru visit. That is what we have there. Okay, let's just begin with you, Aaron Cheriot. You want to react on this? First of all, these claims by Livondo.
I doubt if Livondo is somebody I want to discuss on this panel. Who is he? He's not a leader. He's not a man whose character is worth emulating.
But let me ask you.
So the things that, you know, there are things that...
yes, let me ask you, because Moses Kuria is away for 3 months. Mm-hmm. You come, hold a mega, so to speak, homecoming ceremony for yourself, healing from me, you know, to the nation as well, is a Thanksgiving ceremony. You want to tell me Livondo just appeared randomly from nowhere to be on that particular podium? And you are not privy on what he's going to say. At least if you have, you know, of course, the protocol, who will speak.
Unfortunately,
why was the choice? Is he sending a message, or was Moses Kuria using Livondo?
You know, unfortunately, I don't hold brief. I don't hold brief for my good friend Moses. He'd be in a better position to answer. All I know is that, at least to give him the benefit of the doubt, is that he disowned the remarks. He termed them as reckless, and asked actually the DCI to investigate those claims. That's the farthest that he went. I saw that on his Facebook and Twitter. So I guess that's the farther that he wants it to go, and I give him the benefit of
verifiable accounts.
Yeah. So it's not something that I want to waste precious time of our viewers on. These are just some of these people are not worth being discussed on this panel. I want to focus more on this. The so-called Sagana 3. There are only 2 things that I want to say. You know, there's something about Albert Einstein, who told us about people who do the same things over again and expect different results. That there's a good word for it, which unfortunately I don't want to assign to this particular meeting. Remember, this is the 3rd time that the president is holding this meeting and he wants to speak. But the question which I want to ask is something which the Honorable Musalia Mudavadi once asked, that if DP Ruto is bad, is a bad person, is he bad only for one region of the country? I thought he'd be bad for the entire republic. Why does the president feel duty-bound to go and speak only to a section of the republic, yet he's the president of the Republic of Kenya, on the sins of his deputy? I thought he'd be public about it, call a press conference, speak, or whatever through channels. He has official communication channels that he can issue and say, the reason I want to back Mr. So-and-so because of this, the reason because I made public commitments that I'd back my deputy, and now I have changed my mind, which is perfectly in order. There's nothing that is not cast in stone that he must support him. This is why I'm changing my mind. What we find not being politically clean and the standard of politics that has been set by previous presidents, you know, you must give credit to our first 3 presidents, is that despite all their weaknesses, they tried to at least have a shade of being a symbol of national unity. You wouldn't attach this thing of the region where they come from every now and then. It is increasingly becoming something that is so particular about President Uhuru in his second term, where he wants to be reduced again after serving as a president to being a leader of a small section of a particular region. You know, once people have bestowed on you the honor of being a president of a country, I mean, you should give direction to every corner of the country. You should go to the Mijit Kendas and speak to them, go to the Kalenjins, go to the Luos, because you're president of a republic. What is this business about having to retreat every now and then back to your village and trying to say, oh, you know, our people, there's this or there's that? I mean, is completely unbecoming of a president. I don't think that that is a standard that we want to set. I do not recall, much as I was a child for most of his presidency, I don't recall President Moi, for example, because it's only him and Kibaki retreating, you know, back to their state house to hold this kind of meetings with only a particular grouping or a particular tribe every now and then and saying, oh, you know, I want us to go this particular direction. It's about, he is lowering
is he
the standards of leadership.
as a party leader of the Jubilee?
Are you not aware that Jubilee was a national party?